Hello everybody, today we're going to be drawing a wind turbine foundation. This one's called a gravity base, I believe. And we can see how it's an octagon. It's got 8 sides. It's got a sort of circular bit in the middle. So we're going to attempt to draw something like this today. Just roughly a freehand sketch. We're going to do, look, there's a good one. We can see we're going to do a plan and we're going to do an elevation. Okay? Right everybody, I think that I'm going to want my drawings scaled to fit the page. Don't want a wee tiny drawing in the corner here or over here, a wee tiny drawing in the middle, and I don't want to make it too big, so I'm going to make it fit the page. Now we're going to have a plan which is looking from above, and then I think above it we'll do the elevation, and we'll kind of make them in line to just make it smart. We'll plan and then the elevation up the top. So I'm going to start with the plan. Okay, this is a freehand sketch, so it's without instruments. So I've just got my pencil. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a square, and then I'm going to turn it into the knots and crosses. So I'm going to make it fit the page with enough space left up the top for the elevation. So the first thing I'm going to do is draw a square. Now, I've drawn this square a bit dark, but I really want it light because I'm going to have to rub a lot of these lines out, because this is just some construction lines, so I can start by drawing an octagon. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to divide it into roughly 3 equal parts. Now this is a rough sketch, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Just roughly. Rough sketches, freehand sketches, as long as you can still understand what it is. Right, roughly drawn my square and roughly divided it up into 3 equal parts, and then made it into knots and crosses. That's our first stage. Right, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go corner to corner here, corner and corner here, and that's going to leave me with an octagon shape. So I'll do that just now. Right, now I've joined up from point to point. Now I don't need these lines anymore, so I'm going to rub them out. Now I've rubbed them out, I'm left with an octagon shape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Now, I've not rubbed these lines out yet because I think they'll be pretty handy for drawing the centre, the bit where the tube comes out. Right, so that's what I'm going to use this for. I'm going to just roughly draw a circle in here, like so. Remember from the drawing, this circle is hollow inside, like a tube. So I'm going to symbolise that by putting a lip around that. I've done that. Please excuse the noise of my washing machine. Now I'm going to darken in any lines I haven't darkened in yet, and I'm going to rub out these lines here that I don't need anymore. Now I've rubbed out all my lines, I'm left with this, and this a rough octagon and a rough circle roughly in the middle. Lovely jubbly. Right, it's a wee bit hard to see from our photographs here, but we can see this is angling up, sloped. So we're going to attempt to draw that on our drawing. Here's a similar diagram I've found on the internet, something similar to what we're going to be drawing. So we're going to be drawing these angles up here. That's what we're going to do next. To draw that roughly, I'm going to do a couple of little construction lines here and here, like north, south, east and west, etc. and that's going to help me position where these are going. Alright, I've done these light lines here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to half them again, and that's going to help me position where these lines are going to meet. There we go. I just want to do these lightly because I'm going to rub them out later. Now I'm going to half these again. There we go. Now I'm going to mark with a dot every second one. This is just a wee idea I've came up so we can roughly get these lines looking good. And there we go. We've got a rough sketch of a wind turbine base, a plan view. So I'm going to annotate this and write plan view on it. I'm also going to annotate it for a rough size, a rough width of it here. From this point to this point, and so it'll be the same from this, same from there to there. The distance should be the same. So I just need to show about here and here. Do an arrow, maybe a bit big, and I'm going to say this is 12 meters. There we go. That's the plan. That's the plan, man. Here's a diagram on the internet similar to what we're drawing, and we can see here it's got the plan and then the elevation. So that is that's the looking at above, and that's looking at it side on. So we're going to attempt to draw something similar to this on the top of our page here. In this space here, I've got the opposite way around from this. They've got the plan at the top and the elevation at the bottom. I'm going the other way around. So I'm going to do that next. There we go, I've just sketched that out. Here's that bit, here's a circle. So this would be like if you were standing looking at it, side on there. Like if you were standing right there. And that's what you'd see. So that's the elevation. So I'm going to write here, elevation. And I've kept these both roughly in line, so both measurements can do for the same drawing, because it is of the same thing, supposed to be the same size. This is just a rough sketch, but still we're going to annotate it and make it roughly the same size. So the sizes we're missing on this drawing would maybe be from this point here to the ground, and then from here to here. And then also we already know from here to here because we annotated it from this drawing. So we only want to know the other size we want to know is what here to here is. And we're going to say that that is 4 meters. And we're going to make this 1 meter. And we're going to make this maybe 2 meters. Okay,